When I talk about the Matrix, I'm talking about the systems which have been created by society, which are deliberately designed to enslave. In the movie, the Matrix were used for our body heat, but here in this Matrix, we're used for our efforts and our energies. And you're existing inside of a system which is deliberately rigged to make the rich richer and for the poor to stay poor.
Yeah.
And you can sit there and get upset about it. You can sit there and cry about it and say the system needs to change, which is what some people do. So, but I think I know that's a waste of time, right? That's futile. The best thing to do is to understand the rules of the game and find a way to win. Rigged, yes, the rich are always going to get richer. Yes, the poor are always going to struggle. And that's the way the game is set up. You still need to find this move on the chessboard. There's no point sitting there saying, I want to play a different. People who have the control and they have the power, and why would they have the game set up any other way? Why would they change it? It's also the basic of economics. I think a lot of people don't understand the true basics of economics, and the basics of economics state that even giving money to the poor, it ends up back in the hands of the rich. There's no way to stop the rich getting richer. I've already explained this before, but I remember during COVID when they did the stimulus checks and they passed out all this free money to everyone, 1,000. All those people at the bottom ended up in the hands of a few companies, and the rich got richer, and you can't stop it. Doesn't matter if those people invested their money, doesn't matter if they bought stocks, doesn't matter if they bought crypto, doesn't matter if they bought a house, whatever. The people who have the assets and have the companies and have the control are always going to end up getting control of the currency, and they're always going to be richer. So that's how it works, and it's getting worse and worse. Have-nots and have-yachts. And that's another thing about opportunities, right? Because you have to be positioned to take advantage of opportunities. It's like in chess, they say good moves come from good position. Find a good move from a terrible position, right? If you're sitting at home with no money, it's hard to invest in Bitcoin at $1. Doesn't matter what it goes to, right? You got to be in a good position to take advantage of things. So you've always got to be in a position where information, you have some kind of liquid money, you have self up. I'm in a position now where I'm in the NBA. I'm an NBA player. I can never go broke again. Good job if you don't get good grades. I was the one sitting there going, you're a liar. Shut up. I just knew the teacher was lying. I knew school was bullshit. I knew college was bullshit. I knew university was a lie. I always knew it was a trick and a con. I didn't truly understand things to the level I understand them now. But I had an intrinsic understanding, and I think everybody does. If you're in a gas station and it's 3 a.m. and a Lambo pulls up and a guy gets out of it, you're thinking criminal, drug dealer, gangster. Yeah. You're not thinking he has a uni degree. Because you're not going to think that. So when you see money in university, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. I think everybody knows that the system and the path they lay out for you is not a path that's going to where you want to be. And I didn't know what the optimum would say. Hey, what made you rich? There, nearly crashes his car, nearly crashes his car, nearly crashes his car. Doesn't slow his ass down until he wrecks it. Yeah. Those people are, right? So you need that pain for the lesson to sting enough to really genuinely go inside of your mind. And it's the same with everything. It's the same with driving a car or business. Truthfully, if you want to learn a business, you're going to have to at some point, right? So they always say that most people are not successful with their first companies, X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. I get that. The truth is there's a lot of people who make a lot of money with their first company, but they just spunk it, act an idiot, and it all blows up in their face. And that's how you get the discipline on your fourth company, that when you have $3 million in the bank, you just leave it there. You know, and done with it. So you need to go through some pain. You need to experience some negative things. You need to have to a degree some trauma to really even learn any lessons. So yeah, business study, right? The book, that's not going to teach you anything about business. You need to get out there on the streets. You need to make mistakes. You need to suffer. You need to have the tax man knocking at your door. You got to deal with all that stuff so that you make sure it doesn't happen again. I really think that humans are stupid enough to only learn the hard way. That's kind of how it works. Yeah, you know what's actually the saying, if you know what you have, you ain't got much, that is completely true. Yeah. I don't have a clue how much money I have. When I was broke, I knew exactly how much money I had. I had 100 rents paid, I ain't got nothing else. When I was broke, I knew exactly how much I had. But now I'm at a point where it gets really easy. I have assets, and the price of the assets is constantly fluctuating. And then I have companies and income. I've got to be careful what I say. But even then, once you have a healthy respect for money, once you get past a certain amount of money, what am I going to buy? You know, you like to run around the world with, you have enough. So you try and put that money to use, right? You buy assets, X, Y, Z. So it's really difficult. I mean, I have my online school, which we'll talk about later, Hustles University. Yep. That already been valued. That was valued at $300 million.
When did you start Hustlers University?
A year ago.
A year ago, fuck.
Yeah, and that's valued at $300 million.
Yeah.
So, but then I ain't gonna sell it. So, but then again, I had a valuation between 280 and 340. So again, how much money do I have? I don't know. I could, if I really wanted to, if I wanted to sit here and say I was worth $500 million, I could prove that.
Yeah. Yeah. If you sold up everything?
If I wanted to, I could come up with $500 million, probably.
Yeah, I believe that. That's what I'm saying. A guy like that buy another Bugatti. I'm pretty sure I saw a vlog where you're gonna buy another Bugatti.
I've already bought a second one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Which one?
I've put another order down for another Chiron, so it's because that's the only one that's out right now. There's a Roadster coming, supposedly. I've heard rumors of.
Yeah.
I've bought a Kernan's egg as well. I got a Jumeirah on the way.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Pagani.
I saw that you
about
put it on your story, so I assumed
the new
probably.
Pagani. But you know what? This is another thing about money. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna complain. This is gonna upset all the brokies at home. There's nothing to fucking buy. Like you buy 3 or 4 diamond watches, you buy a couple suits, you buy some cars. What else? What else is there to buy? You end up just spunking it on bottle shows and $10,000 steaks. There's nothing to buy. You can go on holiday and travel, blah blah blah. But if you're actually looking for physical items, things to own and buy, there ain't much to buy. Okay, you can buy property, but property is a funny one for me because I'm very anti-governmental as a person, and I think that property is one of the big tools the Matrix uses to enslave.
To keep you in the system.
Completely, man. You buy a $10 million house in whatever country, you don't want to piss off the government of that country.
Yeah, but saying
because you'll
that,
lose that house.
saying that, I know you bounce everywhere for different locations.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what about buying houses in different locations? You still don't agree with that?
Nah, because then you got headache of you got to look after it. Now it becomes a job, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who talk about passive income, and we'll talk about passive income because I think that's the biggest scam on the planet. The idea of passive income in and of itself is a lie.
You're the first person on the podcast to say
yeah,
that.
bro. Yeah, no, like everyone goes, oh, I want passive income. Well, of course you do. Everyone wants passive income, but tell me how you're going to get it, because only having tenants is not passive income. Ask anybody who has tenants. It's fucking headache, right?
Yeah.
If I have a house XYZ, I gotta make sure it's looked after, not broken into, the electricity's on, it's cleaned. I gotta get someone on the ground. My assistant's gotta deal with it. Now it's just gotta be something to deal with. And once I got a bunch of money, what I really wanted more than anything was freedom. There's a bunch of these real high-level crypto guys, you know, like the guys who invented Ethereum and all that.
Yeah.
The autistic guys. They don't own anything. And I kind of get that. I'm at the point now where they have a backpack of their possessions. And if they want a house, they rent it. They want a Lambo, they rent it. If I need to go somewhere, rent. I don't own anything. I don't have any hassle. Nothing's in my name. No government can take anything from me. You know, you get to a point of wealth where you kind of start thinking, do I want to have all this crap now I got to deal with? Really, you want peace of mind. And I have enough troubles in my head.